what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Understanding the Reason. My name is Jerome Majette. I'm excited that you're here. Man, we've been getting into it, boy. I'm loving all of this. I'm eating it up, man. Understanding the Reason God Made Man, what made him do it, is the document or the resource that we're going through. It's my 18-year study of scripture and all kinds of other data to find out, why are we here? What is this life all about, man? Like, why did God, who is a spirit, create physical temporary matter? Like, that's what we're in pursuit of. Is it true that he did it, number one? And then not only that, but what made him do it? That's the part. So thank you again for being here, man. We're going to jump right in there. Make sure you guys get your notes. You got to have your notes. You got to have your notes, man. You got to have your notes, okay? Because we're going to be dropping some scriptures, and you want to be able to write those scriptures down and go back through and just research it for yourself, right? So you're not just getting it from me, but you're also, seeing it for yourself, seeing what scripture says, and then you can come up with your own conclusions from there. But do me a favor, please like, share, and subscribe, and put your comments down below, okay? So let's get right in there, man. Let's get right in there. So before, in our last video, man, we were talking about how Jesus said he saw Satan fall to the earth like lightning. And what does that mean? So I started, man, I'm a curious guy. I'm a curious George, bro. I like to know, like, what did you mean by that? Okay. So was he talking about the speed at which he fell? Because we know he fell based on what the scripture says, that Satan, was banished from heaven. He was kicked out, right? And then the scripture says that they were not after they were defeated in that battle, they were flung to the earth. And then Jesus made the statement to back that up. I saw it happen, right? I saw Satan fall to the earth like lightning. So lightning, when it strikes something, in our last video, we were talking about how when I was a kid, we used to play in this big tree, and the tree got struck by lightning. It was boom, it was done. Right? It looked horrible. And so we know that lightning, when it strikes something, causes a lot of damage. So let's take up where we left off. So that said, I think we can agree that damage would have happened if the devil and 1/3 of the angels plunged to the earth in a material form, in a tangible form. Right? And we're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that too. But if they hit the planet in a tangible form, right? According to the Lord's testimony, they struck our barren planet at the speed of lightning, which, supported by scientific estimates, is up to 93,000 miles per minute. The force of their collision would have definitely caused the earth to burst open. Scripture reveals a major catastrophic event happened that forced miles of water locked beneath the earth's crust to gush out, submerging the globe in water, right? Listen to this. Let's review this, right? Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 and 2, to gain some clarity on this thing, right? So listen to this. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep waters. The Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters, brooding, like a chicken broods over their hatchlings, right? So the water came from where? Where did this water come from? Well, after, and this is the picture that the scriptures give us. When Satan was flung out from heaven at the velocity of 93,000 miles per minute, him and 1/3 of the angels struck the earth and caused the earth's water table to break. They cracked the water table, and what happened was this water gushed up and totally submerged the planet in water. Right? So the water was beneath Earth's crust. Now, anybody that's ever dug a well, anybody that has like a well or use well water and stuff like that, you got aquifers under the ground. right? So you have a water table under the ground. That water table was cracked globally and caused a global flood. I call that the first flood. I call that the first flood, right? So notice we've been told that the earth was in a state of complete desolation. It was dry, barren, with nothing here in the beginning, without form and void. When we think about this, it is not hard to conceive, especially when you consider the condition of other lifeless planets in our solar system, such as Mars and Mercury. Research has proven that they are as dry, barren, and desolate as the above scripture illustrates, the scripture that we just read illustrates, right? And the earth was prior to creation just like that. Prior to God scooping up dirt, creating, Adam and causing all these things to happen, trees coming forth, all that stuff. We're going to talk about that too. But before the creation of the planet, life on the planet, it was just like Mars. So if you look at, they sent rovers and stuff like that to Mars, and you look at those rovers and all that stuff, there's nothing there, right? It's barren. That's the state that the earth was in before this thing happened. Okay, but let's keep going. So research has proven that there's that they're just as dry and barren and so forth. In this volumes of empirical data that's been beamed back from these satellite probes support the scripture's portrayal as a fact. That's a scientific fact. That's a documented fact that it's possible that the earth there was nothing here. Why? Because in our solar system, we have planets that demonstrate exactly what the scripture says, right? Exactly what the scripture says in Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 and 2. Also, we know by the information provided, the earth originally had no atmosphere. Originally, there was no atmosphere, right? All barren planets known as dead terrestrials have little to no atmosphere. At this point, I am convinced that science clearly verifies this fact, as well as confirms the Bible's account that God created the heaven, which literally means God created the atmosphere surrounding the earth, or the bubble the earth is enclosed in. Scripture specifically discloses that the bubble or atmosphere was purposely manufactured simply by the fact that the atmosphere exists. Okay? Now we have to wonder how the earth went from being a barren, nothing here, like other planets, to having an atmosphere. So we're going to talk about that on our next video. How did the earth go from being this barren, nothing here, desolate? We got evidence in our solar system of that being a truth, that being a reality, right? That being a possibility for the earth. And the scriptures are saying that the earth was like those planets, like Mars. But then all of a sudden, boom, where did this atmosphere come from? Why do we have an atmosphere to begin with? And we're going to talk about that on our next video. Thank you so much for being here. Man, get your copy of the book, Understanding the Reason God Made Man, What Made Him Do It. And man, get back here, go through this reading with us, man. And listen, take your notes. Make sure you take your notes. And then, take these scriptures down, write them down, go back and research them. Look forward to seeing you guys again, man. Thank you again for showing up. Like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you put your comments down below. Again, my name is Jerome Majette. It's been my pleasure. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.